Last night I had a startup launch party. Afterwards we had a post-mortem and I started talking to my team about the problem of sales. And I struggled with the idea of it, but I decided to let them in on a deep, dark secret about sales. So we have phrases like the go-giver. We have phrases like sales is about giving value, and that's the first priority of sales. And I regret to inform everybody that it's a lie. And if you would hear me out, I just want to dispel this. The truth is that sales knew it had a bad rap. Nobody wanted to be a salesman. But sales is cutting. So sales decided to talk to marketing and said, well, how do we sexy ourselves up a little bit? And marketing says, well, how about if sales were about giving value? What if it were really about providing a service for the customer? And sales said, aha, I think I almost believe it. And went on and told all of its representatives, and the lie went on that sales was actually about that. But the unfortunate truth is that's not the case. Now, sales is not all bad, but it does still have a bit of a bad stigma. It's necessary for all of your business transactions, necessary to bring in revenue, necessary to actually make connections. Sales and marketing really drive the interaction, the emotional interaction between a business or any venture and its customers or clients. But sales is about getting money. Sales is about getting value. It's what actually moves the service. Production is about giving value. Fulfillment is about giving value. And often the higher institutional areas of a business, your CEOs and CTOs, they have to create value for both the clients and for the shareholders. But sales is just about getting something. The truth is that sales is a weird middle part. It's kind of that weird puberty for any kind of business transaction. Kind of like how a child is born into the world and wants nothing more than to get attention, so it cries a lot. But as a child matures, becomes an adult, it learns how to nurture and it wants to give things. Sales is that weird puberty in the middle where it's awkward and doesn't know what it needs to or wants to do, but it's a necessary evil to get from one place to another. So don't necessarily be drawn for the lie that sales is about giving value. Sales will always be about getting value for the company. But the company's overall message, the thing that is being sold, is about giving value. Because if it's not valuable, you can't validate the transaction. When you put a lot of pressure on salespeople about how it is about giving value, how they need to provide something, you see a lot of people going through all these different hoops, trying to figure out the best way to sell themselves as you've seen it. Twitter's the worst place for it, for example. But when you dispel the lie, you realize that sales doesn't have to be a weird place where you have to make up tricks for a sale, or you have to go in there and be the traditional sleazy salesman. Sales is puberty, and very few of us would want to go back to high school. You want to get out of sales as fast as possible, but understand it's a necessary part of the transaction. Sales is about surviving the place from where an idea or a product gets from one set of hands to another. And the best you can do that, the best you can survive without the awkwardness, is really the trick. Survive past the awkwardness and a sales transaction becomes a lot easier. But don't tell yourself a lie, especially when it was a salesman that sold as a salesman on what that lie is. It's the company's overall message to give value. But sales is about making sure you get that value back, you capture it, or else eventually your company will fail. So let's not misplace where our values are and have respect for the act of taking value. It's not egotistical, it's not wrong, it's necessary. Every one of us needs to eat.